Hey folks, we're up here in New Hampshire shooting and looking today at the Glock 34. This is a Gen 4 version that belongs to a friend of mine. I own a Gen 3 version, and I think the Glock 4 is a really a nice pistol. The 9mm is very controllable, and the design of the Glock 34 with its longer slide makes it a great IDPA gun or competition style gun. I think there's a good balance with this. The changes that they've made to the Gen 4 include a slightly different, it's minor, but you've got some serrations or sort of pebbles along the grip frame, which allows you a little bit better purchase of the gun. They also have a different magazine release now, which is flush against the side of the gun, which is kind of interesting. Other than that, this one has the stock sights. On my guns, I prefer to remove that and change that because I think these plastic sights are no better than sight holders or a placement until you get good steel sights. This gun is set up with the XT light here, which is real nice because as you reach out to your finger, you can, bring the light on, off. It has a strobe. Again, this belongs to a buddy of mine. So what we're going to do today is shoot this gun, give you some perspective on my thoughts and feelings with this. I also have my Gen 3 version, and we're just going to shoot it and let you know what I think of it. Again, I'm a big fan of the Glocks. I think they're excellent guns. They're incredibly durable, very easy for people to learn how to shoot, and certainly I think a great combat fighting sidearm. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up and take a look. So what we're going to do, I'm 7 yards away from a target here, and what I'm going to do is just slow fire, draw from holster, and then just slow fire 5 shots. Got a 2-inch circle up there. We'll take a look at it. And again, all we're doing here is just trying to see the accuracy of the pistol and give me a chance to get used to the trigger because this is not my gun. Okay, so we've got a nice group here. We'll go take a look at that. Again, it's a Glock. It feels good in my hands. And I think you'll see that, again, 7 yards away, good accuracy. And I have no idea with this gun what kind of ammo it likes better, but this is just some factory ammo. We'll take a look. I think you'll see that, a decent group, considering I've not shot this gun. Let's take a look. Okay, so here's what we have here. I think I fired 5 shots. So right up in here, my point of aim was here. So, if it were my gun, I might play around a little bit with the sights, but you can see it's certainly capable of good accuracy from 7 yards away at slow fire. The next thing I'm going to do is just do some presentation drills toward our center mass area here. And we're just going to, draw fire 2 with an occasional headshot, but we're just going to really try to get good center mass hits, and we'll see what that looks like. So it feels very comfortable to shoot. Again, I'm not totally familiar with it, but I'm able to get decent hits. I have one shot that I threw out because I was coming into the trigger before I had my good sight picture, and that was a clean miss. So that had nothing to do with the gun. That had to do with me just pushing myself a little bit with a gun I'm not totally familiar with. So let's take a look, see what you think. So here's our target, and as you can see, all good center mats hit. I took one headshot, not perfect. This little guy on the left, my fault. Not just going a little too fast. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to back up to sort of my maximum distance before I move the target, which is 15, and then I'll shoot some more of those same things and try to get into good center hits without making a mistake. I'm going to go ahead and tape this one. Do the same drill with some presentations. Again, I'm going for that center mass. Now I'm going to go for some headshots from this distance. So 15 yards, we'll go in and we'll take a look at the target and validate. I think that you'll see that the gun is certainly accurate enough for what we need. It actually feels very good to shoot. I like the new frame, which is slightly smaller, or at least the change, and also that pebble finish gives you a little bit of grip. So as you grab the weapon to present it, you've got a good firing grip and it doesn't feel like it's going to slip. Let's take a look at our target. So here's where we were. We've got all our hits still in there. I took 3 headshots. Again, I was going slow, so I'm not rushing anything, but we can see the Glock is capable of very good accuracy. Okay, one thing I did do was I actually counted off the distance from there. It's actually 10 yards, not 15. So again, but at 10 yards, you can see very good combat accuracy and certainly as much as I think you'd need. It's very easy to present this weapon as you come up. You know, you're able to get good hits. And you don't have to do a lot to find that front sight. And granted, I've been shooting the Glocks for a long time, and based on that fact, it's pretty easy for me to feel like this is home. For some people who don't shoot Glocks, that angle that the Glock has, which is very different from other sidearms, other handguns and pistols, is difficult to get used to, and it either works or it doesn't. I think they're great. I've used them a lot. You also know I'm a huge M&P fan. Simply love the M&Ps and shoot that more than anything now. But the Glock 34, again, a big, long gun with that long slide, which allows you to get higher velocities out of the round. So if you're competing, that's a great way to do. And also that longer sight radius allows you to see and get, in my mind, improve your accuracy because you have that long sight radius, which helps you then get good hits on target. We're going to do a couple other drills and videotape that, give you guys a sense for what it looks like maybe with a little more movement and action shooting with some steel that I have set up here. Okay, so what we have now is we have 5. I've got 4 relatively close at about 8 meters away, and then I've got a 25-yard plate out there. And all I'm going to do is just try to shoot relatively quickly and get good hits on target so they actually ring. And you can see that the gun is certainly capable of doing its job. The misses are really me. I'm just not totally comfortable yet with the trigger. And as often happens to me because of where my thumbs ride, I induce a malfunction because this extended slide release, often my thumbs will get up and they ride along the frame right here so I could keep them down. And what happens is, as the slide is reciprocating, I just induced a malfunction. So that's one of the reasons that I don't have the extended releases on my Glocks, or I've filed them down so they're flat. Personal choice, really up to you, but I have found that I've induced too many malfunctions when I'm doing that. But you can see that as we did our rapid fire, or relatively rapid fire, how easy it was to control the gun. We're going to do a couple more drills and then we'll put it away. So now I'm changing up ammo and I'm going to the Winchester. This is the Winchester 124 plus P. This is the NATO round. It's quite a bit snappier than the typical factory ammo that you'd buy either in the 124 variety or the 115 grain stuff. So this has quite a bit more snap, but is a good one to train with. And so I'm just going to, again, we're going to do some rapid shooting and just to see the gun, but we are going to switch the ammo now to something a little more snappy so you can see that in comparison. You can probably see there's significantly more recoil with that, and just for comparison, behind this now in this mag, I've got 4 or 5 rounds of my reloads, which is a 147 grain round, and you can see just how mild it was. I'm 5 yards from the target, and again, I'm shooting in that center mass. You know, fairly fast. That last one I was going a little faster than normal, but you can see that the hits are all right in there from 5 meters away. Let's take a quick look at that. So again, 5 yards away, some rapid fire. You can see I'm pretty much all in there, threw one out. You know, I'm shooting fairly quickly, but what you could see the difference is between the 147 grain reloads, again a much heavier bullet, moving much slower, versus the plus P ammo of the NATO variety, the Winchester NATO round. I'm going to do 1 or 2 more drills and then we'll wrap it up. Now I'm going to do a drill where I'm going between the small plate here at 10 yards and the 25 yard plate. Again, I'm shooting the Winchester 124 plus P ammo. And you can see that the gun is very capable of transitioning between the targets, and we're able to get good, again, combat accurate hits on targets with the Glock, even with the fairly snappy load that we're using of the 124 plus P NATO round. So the bottom line is, for me, I think the Glock 34 is, if you're looking to do some type of work such as IDPA or USPA or something like that, or a 3-gun type of shoot, a Glock 34 might be a good one to look at. Shoots the very common and relatively inexpensive 9mm round, has high capacity 17 round mags, comes, you know, with it set up a reasonable way. Of course, I'd replace the sight, but you can certainly shoot it that way. And as far as just an easy to work on, very reliable and durable handgun, the Glock 34 is certainly one that you might want to look at. I'd also look at the M&P Pro, again, one of my favorites, but either one of these, the M&P Pro or the Glock 34, would be a great way to go if you're thinking about competition. So I certainly appreciate you watching, and again, as always, stay safe.